Our second musical guest this evening has been writing music since she was 8 years old. Please welcome Amy Kress. So, you've been writing music since you've been 8 years old.
Yes.
Is what I have heard. What have you been writing since you were 8?
Oh man. My mom had me playing the piano, and so I was trying to play a song and hit the wrong note, which I thought sounded better.
Oh.
And it just went in a whole different direction, and it started from there.
You said, no, Mom, this is how it should be.
This is how it's going to
right.
be.
Mom doesn't always knows best when it comes to the piano.
Exactly. And then I was very fortunate in high school. We had a choir teacher who was Miss White, Nina White, was tremendous in that we would take original piece of music, and there was about 120 of us, I think, or maybe 80 in the choir itself. And she would have let us go in and make changes to it. Wow. Someone would say, no, let's put a 7th in there. So we'd take these standard pieces and change it up. By the time we performed it, it was completely redlined, which I loved because they really stressed that music is not an absolute. It is. Yeah. It's a flowing art form, and anyone can add or detract from it, but hopefully add.
And what's that like to write your own music or to adapt music?
It's my thing. What makes me, I sparkle.
Yeah?
I've been told that more than once, that I just sparkle when I make music. It's what I do, so.
And where do you draw that inspiration from?
Kind of from anywhere. I'm largely emotionally driven. I'm working to change that because that kind of forces me to be a drama queen, which I don't like. I need to have like strong emotional things, and then I'm just, I'm all over it.
Yeah.
But all kinds of things inspire me, just, anything. The wrong note, a different lyric, all kinds of different music.
So your inspiration comes more from the music itself than from outside factors, is that what you would say? Or are there outside things that affect it?
General circumstances will affect the lyric, and the music itself is largely driven by what I listen to.
Yeah, I've heard of a lot of people, they write their own lyrics and stuff, but that's, I don't think as many people can write their own music the way you do.
Well, to be fair, my second album, Fly, I co-wrote with Glenn Sawyer at the Spot Studios, and he was formative. I'd been diagnosed for the second time with breast cancer, and so I was going through chemotherapy at the time, and I think Glenn understood how important it was to me to continue making music. I needed to, and so he and his co-producer, Rich Veltrop, put up with me. Coming in sick, unable to sing. They sent me off to the shower for 20 minutes to just steam and just get, loosened up so I could sing. And it was my therapy, though. It was absolutely my therapy. And that's what made the difference. That's where I got my 10,000 hours. Because I had nothing else to do during chemo. I didn't give myself anything to do. I was very fortunate. I didn't have to work during it. And I just wrote music. Yeah. And I played and I played and I played. And that's what got me through.
Talk more about that of going through chemo and having cancer while writing music. So you said it was therapeutic, but in what sense? How was?
Just to be creating, to be contributing something with a purpose, to have a goal. And when you're going through that, it's just so arduous, and it was such a really difficult 4 months for me. It was very, very grueling. And there really didn't seem to be a lot of bright side. And so to have a goal and to just have something that I loved doing, to just sort of even it out, it made it worthwhile for me.
And that was your second album, you said. So you had your first album before that. How did that first album come to be? What was the process and the career up to that?
Well, I was diagnosed with cancer the first time in 2011. Oh, no. And prior to that, I had really been too afraid to be a musician. I didn't want to be criticized. I didn't want people to talk down on me. And I was so afraid of that I didn't play, ever. Oh. And it was stupid. And then I realized I could die and no one would ever know that I played the piano. And that is equally, if not more, stupid. So, taking the avenue of not that, I found myself just getting into music and immersing myself in it, writing, found some people on Craigslist. It didn't work, but I met some really cool people. And all of a sudden, Glenn at the Spot Studios came across my music and contacted me and said, would you like to write? Would you like to come in and produce? And it was just like this door opened. And within 6 months, I wrote 15 songs. 14 of them are on my album. I mean, I didn't even care. I was just making music and I loved it. And it's whatever's there. I mean, it's my first effort. Yeah. And, I'm proud, but I'd also like to, I can do more. Right. Because the more I do, the more I love. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Do you still have that mindset of, if I don't keep producing and writing, people won't hear me? Or has that changed now that you've got out there? And
I'm not really doing it for other people. I'm not worried about other people hearing me. I mean, yes, I'd love to. It feels like I'm making all this art and then putting it on my bed. You want people to see it, but I'm not making it for them. I'm making it for me. And it's just, If they like it, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, and if they don't, well, don't listen to it. So.
And do you perform a whole lot, or?
I'm getting there, yeah.
Getting there, okay.
And it was, you know, I'd ramp up and we'd be, oh, here we go, and oh, you get cancer. We ramp up, oh, seriously, this happens a lot.
Oh, no.
I get cancer a lot, it's annoying. And so right now I'm doing good. We're
Good.
ramping up.
No cancer this
Shut
time.
up.
Oh, sorry.
Just ramping up,
Not
that's
coming.
all. Yes, performing. I've got a couple of shows. I think the 17th at Syntax is the Balanced Breakfast Bash. The 26th, I believe, I'm at the Walnut Room with Bonnie Finken.
Awesome.
That's just this month. And I
Wow.
just did a stand-up comedy on the 1st of November.
Oh.
I did a stand-up comedy workshop because, you know, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Get up there.
And just every opportunity I can to play. I
Very
love it. I love it.
And where can people get your music from?
Anywhere they want.
Anywhere they want.
Pandora, iTunes, Amazon, everything. I mean, online.
Awesome. You're everywhere.
My manager, Joel Riekle, has worked very hard to make sure that I'm everywhere. He's
Awesome.
done a tremendous job, and I have such a great team backing me. And I think that's another reason why I have as much success as I do, is just I have all these people on my side, and
Yeah.
there's no way I could have done. I'm a flaky musician. Come on. I couldn't have done this without them.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, no, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I'm so happy. I think you might be the first fellow redhead I've had on the show. So I'm so
Yay.
happy to finally
that's
have
exciting. I love it.
fellow redhead on here. Well, thank you
Yay.
so much.
Cool. Thank
yeah,
you.
it was
Oh,
wonderful. Yeah.
So great. I loved it.
Well, Amy will perform coming right after the break.